a second ago. It feels like a second ago. And it was very quick, very short because I had to get ready for now. I'm here. Are you here? Tell me if you're here. Maybe twice in an hour is way too much. What do you think? Sometimes. Okay, I'm waiting for it to plug in. How long does that take? How long does it take? Does it take a minute? If you're here, will you please say something so I know you're here? Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself, right? And maybe today I would be talking to myself. I don't mind that. I do it all the time. Do you talk to yourself? When I'm sewing, I'm always, let's see, let's do this. Let's grab the red fabric. It's just the way life is. Hey, Rhonda is here. Rhonda has said hi. Good morning, Rhonda. And it is a good morning. Wow. It's Monday. Did you know that the Guinness Book of World Records has officially named Monday as the worst day of the week? Officially. We don't have to say, oh, I hate Mondays. And it's official. But I don't really hate Mondays. I kind of like Mondays. It's a new start. It's like getting up in the morning. I love to get up in the morning most of the time. Sometimes I just want to lay in bed. But that's the cool thing about it is you can get up, have some breakfast, and go back to bed if you want to, right? The best nap of the whole day is the one right after breakfast. Even when my little kids were just little, that was the best time. Just let's feed get the bottle out, give them their breakfast, lay them back down for their nap, and you go down for a nap too. Wow, I love that. All right, Deborah. Good morning, Peggy from South Alabama. Robin is here. Debbie always talks to herself. Yeah, we could hang out, Debbie. Totally, totally. Um, Debbie, you're in Georgia. You just get around, don't you? Girl, do you ever stay home? I understand Florida is warm this morning. Did someone say it's blowing really hard? And Laura says, have a great Thanksgiving. It is Thanksgiving. I said this morning that I was just felt really overwhelmed when I first woke up this morning because I thought, it's Thanksgiving week. It's Monday. I've got to have all that food ready by Thursday. I've got so much to do between now and Thursday. I can't get it done. A little crazy. Barbara is in Tennessee. Sherry said, yes, that's the best nap. I totally agree. And Janice said it's snowy in Colorado. That's because it was snowy here yesterday, Janice. We woke up to some snow this morning. I think it's going to be gone by noon. We got down into the 20s last night. We're in the 30s right now, about 33. We're doing pretty good. That's not bad. If it stays right here, I'm good. That's good enough to get a good frost in the ground, but not too cold to move around, right? I like this weather. I like it. I can stick with it. And just imagine, because everybody, some of you are in Georgia, Florida, South Dakota, Colorado, California, Washington, the UK, Jamaica. I mean, we are all over the world. Imagine how different our temperatures are. If I could just, in a blink of an eye, be in Florida for a little while today, I probably would, because it's going to be nice and warm there. But yet, today is not bad. Like I say, it's in the 30s. I don't mind that. When it gets down into the zeros and the below zeros, then I'm not a happy camper. I just want to stay in my house and stay warm. Okay, Debbie says, I'm giving thanks that hubby and I can visit friends outside of Florida. You're on the search for cold weather? I guess sometimes you just want to cool off, right? I get it. Janice says, we have huge snowflakes and blowing winds. We were supposed to get the winds. We didn't get them here, but we had a little bit of snow. It was just a trace. It'll be gone. I could look out the window right now, but then we'd all be washed away here. I think it's pretty well going, and I think it'll be gone so I can still rake my leaves tomorrow. Robin says she wants to be in the search for cold weather too. Peggy says it's 72. 72 is not bad. If you've got 72, enjoy it. That is not bad. Kirsten, you probably have bugs, right? And snakes and things like that. Ours are all in hibernation. Once in a while, I see a box elder bug, but I'm not going to see them much until spring. And I like that. Okay, we just met together to choose our winner, and it was Pat Hutchinson was our winner from the last little wish that we had, and we're going to do that again. I'm not quite sure what or when. It just kind of pops up and say, "Hey, let's do this." Okay, let's do. See, that's how I talk to myself. It's okay. Um, Norma says it's rainy in Missouri. It's been raining for 3 days. Get that ark built, girl. You never know. You might need it, right? Oh, well. So when I've been with my foot, I have to keep it elevated a lot. I've had to watch a lot of stinking television, and I don't watch TV much, but I have been. And you know my favorite things to watch? This will kind of make you crazy. I like the Discovery Channel and the History Channel. I know, they're crazy channels. I learn stuff. I learn things, and now I found places that I want to visit because I saw it on the History Channel. I kind of like it. You discover things. Why not? I'd rather learn than, it's like when I read a book, I don't read a book that because it's fiction, I get too into it. I like to read a book where I learn something. And that's my kind of book. And I could read those all day long, kind of. All right. Let's see. Let's talk business. Should we talk business? First of all, you remember our November challenge. So many of you, I have so many names on the pot already. Thank you so much. So our November challenge was for every person that you invite into our group, I put your name in a bucket. And the cool thing about it is when I notice that they have been invited, it gives me your name too. So I'm able to put your name down and invite them into the group. And we have grown this week, and I've really enjoyed that. I like having more people. I want the party to be big. Um, so that's our November challenge, and that challenge goes for one more week. If you can think of anybody you want to invite, please invite them. I mean, the more people we learn from each other, don't we? We have ideas. You've got an idea. I've got an idea. We just share our ideas, and I love that. And today was the starting of BFD. Do you know what that is? That's not best friends that are dead. No, it is. Now I'm confused. It is a Black Friday deals. Today is BFD day. So 30% off everything on the website. You go on there with the discount code, you get 30% off. So why not? Stock up. Get it all ready so that next March you can sew something. You don't have to sew it today. You know that cute little sunflower zipper patch, one of my favorite projects. You could be sewing that in March. Just as you're getting ready for the summer and you want to get out, you got a little too much snow and you don't want to think about it, you want to get out. Or you could do back there the bloomin' flowers. Is that what it's called? I forget what they're called. You could be sewing that. In the dead of winter, you could still be sewing that. Fun. You don't have to do it today. Just get your classes, get them in your cart, and put them on your list. And then you got a project to make when you're just kind of maybe having a gloomy day, or maybe you have an excited day and you want to sew something fun. Or maybe you've got some neighborhood gifts that you need to make. Okay, let's get going. So anything on our website is 30% off. And if you remember, the first 25 people, and I haven't checked in the last few minutes, but that's going down. It's not 25 anymore because we already have some purchases in there. The first 25 people that make a purchase get a bonus gift from me. Why not? Who doesn't like free, right? All right. And I love this little guy. Is he so cute? Could you just take that little smile home with you? Yes, you could. This is my snow fun snowman. That is a tongue twister. Snow fun snowman. And he could be yours. That could also be included in that 30% off. Now, this class, the prep class, is just next week, and it's going to be on Facebook. But the real class where we do the Zoom is on December 1st, I believe. I think it is. Boy, you know what? I never bring my calendar with me, right? It's just too much stuff out here. I will double check on that before we leave today. Yes, 30% off is a big deal, Alice. So, Debbie, you watch HGTV and the Food Channel. I cannot stand to watch those food channels. When I traveled for a while in one group of people I traveled with, the lady I traveled with always liked the Food Channel. All we do is sit and watch them, cookies and cakes that failed. I thought, I can't watch this. I can't do that because it kind of drives me crazy. It makes me, oh, it's going to fall. That cake is going to go tumbling down. I couldn't do it. Thank you, Deborah. He is super cute. Can you not hear me? Sherry said the sound. Is the sound off? Because to me, the sound is on. Is the sound off? Okay, I think you can hear me. So Sherry, if you don't have sound, you might be the only one. Okay, Debbie said she can hear me. Okay, off and on. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not going to move around much today, so it shouldn't be too hard. All right, Shauna, you're here. Haven't seen you in a long time, Shauna. How are you doing? Yeah. Okay, Sherry, they're saying the sound is good, so check your stuff. Okay, you had me worried there for a minute, but Sherry, I do want you to hear. Yes, I love this snowman. I love him so much. I'm so glad I get to end up with two of them. I love them. In fact, my aunt really wants to make it. I'm going to go down and help her make one before the class. So there you go. Okay, just remember 25 people, which I tell you, it's gone down. So there's not 25 people left, but 25 slots were open this morning. It started about 2 hours ago. So already we've got people buying classes. Thank you so much. Thank you. So this will run through the week, but you got to be the first 25, right? You got to. All right, what else are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about a project on the 10's. Now, I kind of gave you a little teaser a little while ago and showed you what I was building with. And I do want to show you what I'm going to be making. It is the last of our pumpkins. I've kind of got into pumpkins this year, and it's been fun. I've liked it. But this is the last one I'm going to do. So let me take you down here. All right, this is what I'm going to be working with today. And this is what I started my project with. And if I were doing it and didn't have to do it fast, this is what I would use. But because we are going to be a little more interested in time, I'm going to put her away and not use her. And because I used that, I've clipped it together to hold it while it was drying. So what I've got here is that I've got me a little pumpkin. Again, the last of the pumpkins. You won't hear about pumpkins until next fall. And we're going to make an accordion pumpkin. So I want you to think fourth grade. Fourth grade. Remember when we made things out of accordions and you'd fold your paper up, the teacher had you do this and that? Well, we're going to do that same thing today. I also have a pipe cleaner that I have folded the ends up in because it was a little too tall. I didn't want to cut it off. I wanted to fold them up. I have my curling device. Now you may want to use a dowel or a pencil or anything nice and thin. Anything like that will work. I have my wire cutters. I have some floral wire. And because I don't want to use that other glue, I am going to be using hot glue. So let's get all this stuff put together. Whoops. I want to double check. That class, the Zoom class for Snow Fun is on Friday the 1st. And the prep class is on the 29th, which is next week. I cannot believe Christmas is coming. I'm not ready. Not ready at all. I have to tell you. I'm breaking up the class right now. I have to tell you, I asked my kids, I've got 20 grandkids and altogether we have 35 people. So I asked my kids to, get me a Christmas list. Give me some ideas of maybe what your kids would like. because it's really stressful having to think of all those presents. And I don't mind getting the presents, but I don't want to have to think of it. And sometimes you've got some good ideas, but then sometimes I'm way off base. I get them the wrong thing, or they just don't like that, or I don't know. So I asked my kids to do that. And you know what they said to me? It was really sweet, but I know it was in jest. They said, "We want you guys this year to take all the money that you're going to spend on us and our kids and go on a vacation and then send us pictures, and that'll be our Christmas present." They probably actually meant that because they're that sweet of kids, but we're not going to do that. You got to have Christmas presents. Okay, let's go back to the pumpkin. All right, so in the pattern that you will get later this morning, it will have a template right here so you can trace your pumpkins. So this is a 3-inch strip of fabric, and I've got Shape Flex on it, which is SPF 101, and got that all ironed on. And then you can even probably see where I have traced on the Shape Flex my design. So in the pattern, I said to cut out and trace at least 11 pumpkins. So this is one pumpkin. There's another one. There's another one. So you need at least 11 of them. If you want to have more, you could definitely do more. All you have to do is glue more together. So I have taken that and I have already started to glue pieces of mine together because I didn't want to have to take too much time this morning. But now I'm going to take the glue gun and I'm just going to show you how I'm going to put this together. Squeezing this stuff out sometimes. Come on, come on. There you go. And now I'm just going to put it on that one edge. And I'm once again going to come down here, squeeze a little bit out. I don't want to squeeze it. I don't want to have it glued back in here. I just want to put some right on the edge. But I really feel like the glue gun right here is going to make it a little too thick. You know, where you have a little gob of glue. Whereas this right here will pretty much soak into your fabric and still glue it down. But with the interest of time, we're going to do this little guy. So are you guys going to do traditional Thanksgiving pumpkin, or I'm thinking pumpkin pie? Turkeys? What are you guys doing? Are you doing ham? Tell me what you guys do for Thanksgiving. All right, so right here, I've got all those glued together, and now I am going to glue this one together, and you can see that I definitely want to put some out on that edge. But I'm also going to put some on this edge. Okay, so there you go. That's your 4th grade project. I've got my little guy glued together. But notice down in the center, there's not glue. And that's pretty much how I want that to be, because I want to poke my pipe cleaner down in there. Now, if you want to glue your pipe cleaner, and this is a brown one that I have just folded over because I want it to be a brown stem. I'm going to push that out of the way a little bit. I wanted my pumpkin to have a brown stem. But a pumpkin is not complete until it's got all those little whirligigs on it. So I'm going to take my floral wire and cut a piece off. And I'm going to do more than one. And all I'm going to do is take it and twist it on the top. I think the little whirligigs are the funnest part. And that's all I'm going to do right there. And then I'll take my little twirler. And these can be as long or as short as you want them to be. Now imagine if you made a little place setting and you put their name on it with this. So everybody had to sit in a certain spot, right? I don't know where we're going to seat our 35 people this week. I just don't know. Okay, now I can pull those out. I can leave them in. But do you see how I've got a cute little accordion pumpkin? My pipe cleaner's coming out a little too far on the bottom. And it is just going to sit there. And there is my little pumpkin. Isn't he cute? Now, I noticed that I have not seen anybody post pictures of the pumpkin that we did the other day. And I know you're all busy. I get it. But look at this pumpkin. I love that one. And then I've got my leaf garland. This would make such a cute table setting right there. You could make a lot of things with that. That would be really beautiful. All right. Isn't that cute? This was so easy to make, so fun to make. I want to see some pictures. I want to see you guys post your pictures of your fun pumpkins, or maybe just your decorations. Maybe you're going to make this as a place setting. Maybe you're going to put that down and put their names on it. That would be so easy to put a little card right there with their name on it that would tell them where you wanted them to sit. I think that is really, really cute. And then, of course, your garland could be on the center of your table. And I just love this little chili jar pumpkin right here. So fun. All right. So that is my project for today, and it didn't take that long. That was a true 10-minute project. I did do some prep work, so I know that that counts too. Let me see if Alice wants to know if a glue stick would work on that fabric. I think it would initially glue it down, but I don't think it would stay because glue stick is more of a temporary hold. I like to use a glue stick when I am serging to hold the pieces together or when I'm putting the zipper in, but I don't usually use it in a permanent fashion like this, so I don't know that I would. Hi, Teresa. Melinda, my family is the best, but they're not going to get off that easy, I tell you. But it is so nice when they say, oh yeah, she likes a certain kind of Lego. I mean, that makes it easy, right? Let me see if there's something else. Shauna said she's loving life. I am so glad, Shauna. Yeah, thoughtful of my kids, I know. They also said they just want us to write a memory down of this is actually really cool and we are going to do this. And they don't watch, so I don't have to worry. So I'm not spoiling anything. But they wanted us to write down a memory that we have with each child, like a little experience that we had with that kid, and then give them that. And I thought, that is a great idea. That is a great idea. When my kids were growing up, and whenever they'd have a birthday, like at 2 and 3 and 4, then when they turned 2, I would write in my journal what they were like at 2 and who their friends were and what they did. And 2, they're not doing much. And 3 and 4 and 5, on their birthdays, I would make a list of what they were like at 5. And not too long ago, for one of my kids, and I need to do this for every one of them, for his birthday, I framed a picture of him at 5. And then I wrote down so-and-so at 5 years old and told all the characteristics that they had at 5. I framed it and I gave it to him. And I probably liked it more than he did. It meant a lot to me because then it made me remember what he was like at 5. And he was the cutest little kid. I loved it. I loved it. Nancy said they're having turkey. Grandson's girlfriend had one to give to her, and so it worked with sharing it. Well, that's great. Karen in Indiana. And happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I tell you, this has been a journey for me, and I have loved it so much. In fact, I get excited when I get to find a project on the 10's, and sometimes I really have to dig in my brain to figure out what we can do. And sometimes it just rolls right out. And these pumpkins have been fun to do for this fall. So now we're going to change gears next week and we're going to go into Christmassy stuff. So I hope you like that. We are doing the traditional turkey. It's thawing right now. I think I might even cook it tomorrow so that I can just heat it up on Thanksgiving because I've got to make rolls and pies and you can't have everything in the oven at once, right? I only have one oven. A lot of the new homes, they put 2 ovens in. Smart. I only have one oven. So I've got to do one thing at a time. Um, Let me see if there's anything else. I think that's all. I don't have any more questions. In fact, I think a lot of you are probably thinking about getting your Thanksgiving ready, and maybe you don't even have time to watch and hang out this morning. Lynn says, I'm making notes to go with faux leather. And Pat, happy Thanksgiving to you too. It's going to be a great week. It's going to be a beautiful week. My kids are hoping that it's good enough weather that we can play outside after we eat. Got to wear off that turkey somehow, right? Yes, you do. And I want to see your projects, okay? So make this cute little accordion guy. And the nice thing about this is it's kind of pliable. So when Thanksgiving's over with, I can lay him flat, put him in the box, and next year when he gets back out, he will be back into accordion. That's what I like about it. And this little guy too, this comes right off if I don't want to keep it on, but I kind of like him. And of course, my garland here is very flat. I like having things that don't get ruined from year to year. And these are three that won't get ruined from year to year. And the projects I have coming up in the next few weeks for Project on the 10s are going to be the same way. They're just going to be fun, and I think you're going to like them. Um, yes. So everybody's saying happy Thanksgiving to everyone else, and I hope you guys have a great week. And I want to hear all about it when we get back together. So we won't actually have another time here because we won't have a project on the 10s a buddy chat this week because it's Thanksgiving. And so the next time we get back together is going to be, well, actually, I'm presenting on the 27th on Cyber Monday. I'm presenting for Sewing Machines Plus. I'm going to present the Celebrate Serger. So if you want to watch that, that would be great. I don't remember exactly what time I'm on. And then on the 29th, we have our Snow Fun Prep class. And that's where I will just go over the things that you need to have done before the class begins. Because I want you to have all of your applique cut out, and we'll go over what you need to do to have that ready to go. And then on the 30th, we have Project on the 10s and a buddy chat. And in that buddy chat, we are going to talk about bobbin works. Someone has requested that I show you how that comes together. Because the interest came up the other day when I talked about all the different bobbins that you get with your machine. Well, we're going to use the bobbin works bobbin, and we're going to do some bobbin works. You'll see how fun that is. And then, of course, on the 1st is our Snow Fun Zoom class. So that's what we have coming up next week. This week, just go have fun with your families and enjoy them. And I hope you're doing a craft with your kids. When I was young married, that was my job, to create a craft for all the grandkids. And I have another craft this year for the grandkids. I'm excited. I like to do that. Sometimes we make little candy trains. We've done that in the past. This year we're going to make something out of pretzels. I mean, it's something they look forward to. It's something I look forward to on top of making that turkey. It's going to be a busy day. All right. Have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. And don't let all the pressures of the holidays get you down, because it's going to be great. You're going to enjoy it and you're going to love it. All right, sit up straight, take a deep breath, and think happy thoughts, and it's going to be all right. Bye-bye, everybody.